wax repels water and protects the paint against contaminants. It should last for about 8 washes. Okay, detailer guy, thanks for the tips. Now, how about a challenge? Plaster on tar, glue, bird dung, egg, paint, the works. And let's do it to a $160,000 portion.
Carrera GT3.
A hand wash in the driveway or a trip through the local car wash takes care of most of the dirt we get on our cars. But what about the heavier debris like road tar or tree sap? And what about those birds? Ever try to get that stuff off?
Yeah.
Then maybe it's time to revisit our master detailer, Victor Scalco.
There's two big differences between a car wash and a detailer. Our car wash is there to get as many cars through the day as fast as they can. If you love your car and you want it to look the same as it did when it was new and came off the showroom floor, you need a detailer.
Okay, let's see what a good detailer can do.
To a Porsche GT3 RS.
Victor has agreed to a Modern Marvels challenge. We're going to plaster this $160,000 Porsche
GT3
with
RS.
the toughest debris we could think of. Oh, by the way, it's not Victor's car. Victor is then going to show us how to remove it, or so he hopes. Our challenge starts with the crack of an egg.
Egg. The egg damages paint under sun. Here we have road tar. Stuck to paint. Especially when the sun gets it, evaporates and dries, and they're real hard to get off.
Paint.
Like a mess. Paintballs.
Some simulated bird dung brings texture.
Ew.
You know what? Just all of it. Why not?
Ew.
Get it all on there. You're gonna eat through the paint. Nice blotch underneath. Can't wait.
We'll call this sticky glob of glue tree sap. And a bucket full of mud, pine needles, sticky soda with its phosphoric acid, and some other nasty stuff gives us a nice overcoat.
We're gonna pour this all over the car. Let's get it on.
Ew.
How are you gonna get that off? That's gonna be tough.
Let's make it tougher and bake it for a while in the 100-degree sun. Take it away, Mr. Detailer.
First use a fire hose.
First step is get the big contaminants off. Simply do that with a hose, soap, and water. The large particulates and large particles out of there will scratch the paint surface.
The pressurized water makes quick work of most of the stuff from the bucket. The pink paint comes off too. That's a surprise. However, if the egg stays on much longer, the acids inside will etch the paint.
You can see how stuck it is to the paint, and now we have an etching that's occurring into the paint surface. We need to pull that off there. The only way we're going to get that off there is with a liquid instant detailer. By applying this, it softens the egg yolk without damaging the paint. You can run your towel over this while it's dry, and you can run your wash mitt, but you're going to scratch the paint surfaces.
The liquid detailer contains water-soluble solvents that soften the elements, and liquid polymers that protect the paint and prevent scratching.
You can see how I'm spreading this around. The egg yolk is really sticky. It's not going to come off by itself. It's going to need assistance. You can see here I'm almost done, but I can't get it all off. So now I need to go to our clay bar.
Clay bar?
Since clay is gritty, using it might seem counterintuitive. But when clay bars are made at plants like Autowax in Dallas, Texas, employees mix the clay with a rubberized compound, which keeps it from scratching or damaging the paint surface.
The clay is a blend of polymers that will actually adhere to the contamination that's in your clear coat finish and pull that contamination up out of your clear coat.
Huh.
And you can see the stuff that comes up out of the vehicle.
A lubricant allows the bar to slide over the surface without scratching it. Clay is composed of mineral particles which shear off contaminants. They then adhere to the rubberized compound in the bar.
Using our lubricant, we once again spray onto the paint surface to remove and lift any products that may be stuck there. And in doing so, we can use the clay to remove the final contaminants. I've just about got that. I'll go ahead and clean that up. As you can see, the egg is now
Gone.
completely removed from the surface without damaging.
Okay, let's tackle the dried glue on the hood. But Victor knew this part of the challenge was over before it even started.
Wax preparation is key. If you take and have a good wax that fills the pores of the paint, you can see you can peel the glue right off the paint surface. Because I have a good layer of wax underneath, as you can see, the glue is coming completely off. The wax fills the pores of the paint, not allowing any glue to stick to the paint surface.
So if you park under a tree, make sure your car has a good wax. And then there's the road tar. This stuff has some powerful adhesive properties, and getting it off will require something with some bite.
I am worried about this tar, so we're going to get right to it. The Bugattar Remover uses a chemical to remove the tar. Let that sit a moment, and then you should be able to pull off your tar without damaging the paint below. As the tar starts to break down, you can see how it smears on the vehicle. Starts to smear off into the towel. And it's at this point that I can continue breaking that tar down.
The solvents in the tar remover home in on their intended target without causing any collateral damage.
Paint, by nature, is a hardened substance. This tar that's on top of the paint is a softer substance that's hardened on top of the paint surface. So what we have here is a situation where chemicals have been designed strictly for removing a contaminant such as road tar that don't hurt the paint surface. And last but not least, the dreaded bird dropping. How many times have you come out and seen that? Two products. This will remove the contaminants from the bird poop, and this will remove the damage done by the bird poop. All right, first thing you want to do, very similar to the egg, is you want to remove the heavy contaminants off the surface. In doing so, you're going to soften it up with the spray wax. The reason we're using a spray wax and nothing else is you need a good lubricant to have the product slide off the paint without damaging the paint surface. As you see here, we've got the dung pretty much out of the way. The bird poop, we're going to discard of that.
After Victor's removed the lubricated dung, he clears the leftovers with a cleaner wax. Made of synthetic polishes and waxes, it removes any markings left from the dung. Next, a thorough wash. And a good waxing leaves it bright and shiny. Victor can return the Porsche to the owner better than before. Okay, detailer, you win. But I bet you wouldn't try to clean a train car full of radioactive waste. That calls for a nuclear car wash.